What's at the bottom over here? Oh, the Hermit in the Tower. Oof. Good. Whatever, whenever, everyone. It's a left-hand warm type of day today. It's left-hand warm. Oh, yeah, it's still there. What is that? Where is that? If that's the void spot, girl, I don't remember what that corresponds to. Well, because in the solar plexus, there's like this void around it, I believe. I can't remember. It was a while ago. As many times as I ran through the intro, I should know. Hey, everybody. It's a left-hand warm type of day today. Yesterday was a right-hand warm type of evening, but that was with the card of releasing, I believe. So, Ace of Swords, nice. I got the Wild Unknown. Ooh, I do love a little bit of intrigue. Nine of Pentacles. Let's see if that's a good Nine of Pentacles or a bad Nine of Pentacles. What was that? Oh, Eight of Cups into the Nine of Pentacles. I think that's a good Nine of Pentacles. Left hand, left channel is about the past. It's the feminine side. It deals with desire. Well, if the left hand was warm and the right hand was cool, in general, that means that everything is aligned, but that's not how that works. So, man, I wish I could have continued meditation classes. It wasn't meant for me to go that deep. I had the experience that I was meant to, and what a magical experience it was. Don't know what today's going to be, but we'll see. Oh, that was quick. I didn't even get to ask. Okay. Ooh, the King of Cups. King of Cups. King of Cups. So 3 cards versus 1 card. Should I do it this side, that side? Not necessarily doing it today. Ooh, 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Almost there. This is a card of near completion in this deck. Specifically, it's about nearing completion more so than like the Wounded Warrior. But it does carry the same type of energy because, you know, we've probably been at this for a while. It feels like we're coming out of the basement cellar. Maybe, because we talked about, was that this channel or the other channel? I don't remember. Maybe we're exiting the labyrinth now. And we're coming up to claim the palace with the kingdom. I want to say swords over here. Judgment, 8 of Pentacles, and the 7 of Wands. Sometimes it's about how you do and why you do more than what you do. Okay, I don't know what today is going to be, y'all. I am still tired. I am so tired. I have been tired for days, but I'm actually like, I'm sleeping now. I can sleep through the night, but I just be so tired. I blame this new moon in Libra. I blame the moon in Libra. Come on, Taurus full moon. I need that fill up. But it's going to be conjunct in Uranus retrograde in Taurus, though. So, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see what that one says. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I know what we're going to do. We're going to do a few of these. Just to see what's up. And then I'm going to end it. I do want to pull some Energy Oracle cards, though, because I love the Energy Oracle cards. That song just popped into my head again. I think it's from Naruto. I realized that screaming pain, hearing loud in my brain, and I'm going straight ahead with this guy. There's the Emperor at the cut again. What's up with the Emperor, y'all? Y'all know any Emperor energies? Is anyone in their Emperor energy? What's going on with the Emperor? Ooh, 6 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. The cards are shuffling. Can you? Oh, 10 of Swords and the 9 of Wands. That's what we're nearing the completion of. It's a role reversal where the shadow self rules. And shadow self doesn't necessarily rule. I mean, it rules from the shadows, right? So it just keeps us from doing things that we want to do, or I don't want to say that we should be doing, but that we could be doing. Can you hear me? So am I. I might look up the lyrics, because why not? Oh, there were multiple cards that turned over. The High Priestess and the Two of Cups. Okay, well, maybe that's what's going on, Emperor. I don't know. Emperor energy is starting to realize. I've realized now. I've seen the High Priestess and the Two of Cups together before, actually, in a reading that I did almost a year ago. Well, it'll be a year in a few months, or in a few weeks, right? And when I saw the High Priestess and the Two of Cups, so in this deck, especially when it comes to live and or romance, the Two of Cups is a card of it's like reciprocity but reflection. So it carries the energy over to the other side. So if one person is in a High Priestess energy, or if one person has High Priestess attributes, then the Two of Cups says that it's the same on the other side. So it would be another High Priestess, maybe a High Priest, but another High Priestess looking at this one, and they'd be facing each other. It's like this is the mirror. The Two of Cups is the mirror. So there's this High Priestess energy. High Priestess synergy, if you will. And they're both the number 2. Oops, there we go. Both number 2. That's interesting. I'm going to grab the energy oracle cards really quick, and then we're going to get moving. And then we're going to get moving, going to get grooving. Going to do the thing that we got to do then. We're going to get off and do the other things that we got to do. Oh, yeah, let me look up these lyrics real quick. I realize the screaming pain, hearing loud in my brain, and I'm going straight ahead with this guard. Sorry. I've also been singier than usual lately. And maybe it's a piece of me coming back to be. I honestly feel it. I feel there's a more lighthearted, a more jovial, a less serious me that used to be, that hasn't been for a while, honestly. And I'm glad to see him return. So it is what it is. Let's see. I realize the screaming pain. Girl, ain't nothing. I realize Ty Bexer. This ain't typing anything that I wanted to. Am I dreaming? I'm just playing. All right. I realize the screaming pain. Here we go. That auto completed. Kind of is the name Sign? Is the name of the song Sign? Yeah, the name of the song is Sign, which is interesting. Okay. So I'll read this real quick. It's from Naruto Shippuden. I realize the screaming pain, hearing loud in my brain, but I'm going straight ahead with this scar. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So am I. I don't mind if you don't remember all the feelings that we used to share, for I've sealed away my heart into the darkness. It's just fine if you end up hurting me, 'cause I don't feel pain anymore. I just drag my feet behind me towards what's held in store. I had been led astray with no hope to be found. My heart withered away and I fell to the ground. Oof, this was in Japanese. A lot of this was in Japanese, so I didn't know that it was this rough. I mean, you could kind of sort of tell, but still, you know. Then I heard a voice within the blowing of the wind. Please let me show you the pain my scars have made me obtain, before the weight of the world comes crashing down on my shoulders. Do you remember the time our tears fell down from the sky? Someday soon when I'm gone, never think that I'll neglect you, for the pain that I've sealed away in your heart will protect you. Can you hear me? So am I. Although I've blocked all of my feelings, even the ones caused by being kind, every now and then I hear a voice inside me seem to cry. Like when you undo a button from its hole, my bitter torment drew my body from my soul. Oh my gosh, I did not know it was this deep. It was in Japanese. So I'm crying out in hopes to fill my empty heart. Please let me show you the pain my scars have made me obtain, before the weight of the world comes crashing down on my shoulders. Do you remember the time our tears fell down from the sky? Someday soon when I'm gone, never think that I'll neglect you, for the pain that I've sealed away in your heart will protect you. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And then it's can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So am I. I have finally found all of the heartbroken moans that I keep hearing sound are from my voice alone. And I've done this all for this one moment here with you. I'm sure that right from the start, you always knew in your heart that I'd always be the one that you could count on to care for you. I have been leading you to the sign that I left for you. Someday soon when I'm gone, never think that I'll neglect you. If you will follow the pain that through me you have obtained, there is nothing in this world that will be able to hurt you. But don't forget all the things that brings out your smile away. Someday soon when I'm gone, never think that I'll neglect you. Someday soon when I'm gone, never think that I'll neglect you, for the pain that I've sealed away in your heart will protect you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So am I. Oh my gosh. That was hard. I mean, I guess because the beginning of the song they say in English, like, I realize that screaming pain, hearing loud in my brain, but I'm going straight ahead with this car. And like the rest is in Japanese. I had no clue. I had no clue. That's rough. But I mean, I guess I was like, what's going on with the Emperor? I don't know if it's all that. I don't know. I don't know. Mm. So let's see. Da 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 da. Sweet victory just popped into my mind. It's the sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Okay, but like the SpongeBob version when they played the Bubble Bowl. And first Squilliam thought that he was setting Squidward up to fail. And then everybody was acting like they wasn't getting with the program. But SpongeBob was like, hey, y'all, let's get serious. Let's get serious. Because, this is important to Squidward. And then they pulled it together. Patrick played a real instrument and not a jar of mayonnaise. But some could say that he played several jars of mayonnaise because I believe he was on the drums. But, yeah. And then Squidward was like, yeah. And Squilliam was shook because he expected Squidward to fail, but Squidward didn't fail. And even when Squidward thought he was failing, turns out, no, you weren't. Oh, I feel that in my heart. I feel like my heart is opening or something. I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's those lyrics. I realize the screaming pain, hearing loud in my brain, and I'm going straight ahead with this car. Can you? Oh, well. Oh, well. The man holding a heart just slid out, so I'm not gonna take these for this, but I will note them because I can't not, right? Man holding a heart, the thinking woman, victory, the sweet, sweet victory, the broken heart, the door to value, and hostilities. Mm. I feel like there's almost this energy of when we were unaware, I don't want to say unaware, when we were lesser, when we weren't who we are now, and when we were acting out of pain, and when we were reactionary and kind of sort of like these little children who go around poking other people because, we're getting poked by somebody else and we're too afraid to poke who is poking us, so we go and poke somebody else, right? It's the pecking order, right? A chicken pecks on one chicken, and then that chicken pecks on the other chickens below them, and then those uh 1 second. And then the one at the bottom of the pecking order has no one to peck on, so sometimes they peck themselves, unfortunately. Anyway, it's like in the space of this healing, it is important for us to recognize how we've hurt and wronged others, but it isn't necessarily for us to beat ourselves up about it. It is something that we need to recognize and accept, because if we can't recognize how we impact and affect other individuals, then there's always going to be a piece missing, and that is an important piece of healing. But I don't think it's necessarily designed to break our own hearts, because it happens, right? I don't know. So final cards, and I'll timestamp when I get. Oh well, never mind. Well, I can get on my phone and do it. I'll do it later. I'll do it. I'll timestamp when we actually get into these. Why not? Ooh, nice. And we're actually gonna pull this one, Archangel of Healing. That is the healer of the ages, who is coming to heal this pain and the broken heart or something. Da, 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 do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ba-da, ooh. Da, da, do, do. All right, so let's get into this. Let's say 1830. I'll put it here so I don't forget. 1830. So these aren't going to be pick one. If you want to pick one, this will be one, this will be two, this will be three. That's how I'm going to read it. Oh, yeah, that's how I'm going to read it. If you want to pick, you can. These aren't necessarily separate or disparate, but we'll see. So starting at the top, we have the Five of Cups and the Father of Wands. Father of Wands, Leo energy. Five of Cups, Scorpio energy. First decan of Scorpio energy. And I think I just went looking for the second and the first decan of Scorpio the other day. What happened in the second decan of Scorpio that I went looking for? It was when the sun trines Neptune in Pisces. Sun, Scorpio, trine Neptune in Pisces. It's actually going to happen around midnight on November 10th, Eastern time. It's closer to like 12:34. So between midnight and 12:34, the morning of November 10th, the sun in Scorpio is going to trine Neptune in Pisces, 18 degrees and like 15 minutes. So in preparation for that, There are things now that we're being asked to walk away from. These are reactions, egoic reactions, when we get triggered by something and we react from our ego. And lately, I've kind of sort of been feeling Leo energy, like it's getting lost in its fixed state. Something is going on with the fixed signs right now where they need to be a little bit more mutable. Honestly, something is going on with anyone right now who is fixed in their ways, because we're being asked to change, because there's more and there's better that is available to us, but we'll never claim it if we continue to do the same old things and hold the same old sentiments and follow the same old patterns and programming. I believe it's Matthew 6:33 for some reason, but seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of and its righteousness, and all of these things shall be added unto you, or something like that. And so there's that energy of, again, it's what I was saying yesterday, that our abundance does not lie in man. Our abundance doesn't lie in a job. Our abundance doesn't lie in anything earthly. It supersedes all of that. And so no matter where you go, abundance can find you. No matter what you do, abundance can find you. And so if you get pulled in a direction or feel led to do something that may not be like, let's say you're experiencing financial constraints and it's not necessarily the most financially feasible or reasonable, excuse me, then you may sort of shy away from it. But if that's what you're being guided to do, there may be a reason. And again, no matter where you go, your abundance can find you. So I don't know. Let's see what's at the bottom for this. The Chariot and the Three of Wands. This is us meeting what it is that we're manifesting. There we go. So I'm using OBS today. So left is left and right is right. Or whatever. Yeah. We're meeting what we're manifesting on the road, on the way. But again, if we're too fixed and focused on things from the past that didn't work out, then we're not going to get there. Because right now, on the surface, it may feel like nothing has changed or not enough has changed, but in the energetic and in the spiritual, everything has changed. Quite significantly, too, might I add. But you got to meet it on the way. And this fixed energy up here is not it. Down here, we have Cancer and we have Aries. Cardinal energy down here, fixed energy up there. And it's not necessarily to abandon everything, but it's to be open to learning and knowing something new, something greater. And then we have Patience here. Patience is number 16. So I'm actually going to read Patience. Patience, to me, it feels like it's speaking of, it's just this, like, you may not know what you're doing or why right now, but you're being guided here for a reason. And sometimes it is the early bird that gets the worm, is it not? And by that, I just simply mean, let's say that you go somewhere and you're the first person there, right? Let's say you get there early. Let's say for some reason it's a conference, it's an interview, it's whatever. And since you're there early, you get to interact and engage with the presenter, with the interviewer, or whatever. And in the space of that interaction that you're only privy to because you were early, that's where your opportunity lies. That's where they see something in you that they wouldn't have seen had you only been there for the interview, had you only been there for the presentation. It opens the door. And if you're like, oh, well, I don't need to leave this early because blah, 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 you know, if something is telling you to leave, then leave. I had one of my most magical days. Going to this thing that looked cool, sounded cool, but I didn't necessarily know if I wanted to go to. And I went and I enjoyed it. And I met this one girl. I can't remember her name now, but she was cool, and the presentation was cool. And there was this beautiful poem about two spirits, or being two spirited. Um, it was gorgeous, darling. So patience. This is peaceful presence and letting go of desperation. Letting go of desperation, not acting from lack, knowing that your abundance comes from, this ethereal, otherworldly, spiritual type of thing that doesn't necessarily neatly always completely translate. But anyway, let's continue. This card shows a beautiful angel. Might as well do this. Why not? This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card is upright, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single minded desperation that's been driving you. And here's the Chariot. Don't try to force your will on only one option. When you think there's only one solution to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you are blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible. Be patient, open, and creative. Choose to be peaceful in the present. The universe has more options than you may be aware of. Quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let them come through. The affirmation here is I pursue my goals with open receptivity. I am patient and flexible, willing to receive in many surprising and imaginative ways. I don't know if that like slid off the screen the more I read or whatever, but it is what it is. Why is it that like, what is this thing? Let's can we talk human to human? There are some things about being human that I don't like. Number one, going to the restroom, quite frankly, because in my mind it's a waste of time. Waste time is a waste of time, but I guess we can't walk around with all that waste in us, so is it? Why is it that like if you get we're talking about habits. I'm going to talk about habits and patterns, right? So whenever I use OBS, things are flipped. So if I go to the left, it'll go to the right. And if I go to the right, it'll go to the left. And when I'm on OBS, I always do things backwards. But now that I'm here, where things aren't flipped, I'm doing them the way that OBS would align with. But when I use OBS, I do it in the way that aligns over here. So why is it that I can never on the platform find that? Like I just moved all of the apps on my phone, the ones that I actually use, I moved closer to the top of the screen. But since I moved them, now I can't find anything. And maybe that'll carry through to this. Maybe that was just me being random. We'll see. Next, we have the Chariot and the Five of Wands. Shout out to the continuity, though. I'm a fan of that. So it's like, okay, Patrick, you want me to move? Fine. You want me to be patient? Fine. But what am I to do? What am I to do while I'm waiting? I've still got things to do. And it's like, yes, that's true. You've things to do. We've all things to do. Tis true. Tis true. Mm. Well, just got myself wet trying to drink some water. That's fine. I'm just a mess today. It's fine. It's fine. I say it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I say. So you want to move, but you don't know where to go. Here we have the Chariot and the Three of Wands. Up here is the Chariot and the Five of Wands. So along the way, we've picked up two wands, and now we're confused. This feels like Mars. This feels like Mars retrograde to me. Mars retrograde in Aries. And I feel like there's this dual energy, especially now that Mercury is retrograde. There's this one energy of, if we're being met with resistance in a situation, then maybe it's not for us to pursue. But at the same time, if we're being met with resistance in a certain situation, then maybe it's for us to work through. And don't ask me which is which, because I don't know. I feel like it depends on where you're going next, right? So, for example, in my own personal life, I don't have great follow through, and my stick to itiveness could use a lot of work. And I've never really fully given it's been a very, very low number of times or opportunities. I could count on one hand probably the number of times that I've actually given my all in a situation or anything close. And so now and I also I'm not really a finisher. I have like a grand cardinal square in my chart. Like most of my planets are in cardinal placements. I have 5 cardinal placements, um, 4 fixed, and 3, no, 1 mutable. Yeah, my sun in Pisces. No, I got 2 mutable because my sun and my Mercury are in Pisces. I have Taurus, Pluto. I have Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius in planets. So that's a 2, 3, 5. I have 5 cardinal, 3 fixed, and 2 mutable. I'm not really a finisher, is what I'm trying to say. And so I'm learning a lot of lessons right now. How to stick to something, to finish something, to put my all into something, and to actually prioritize. And that one is, the jury is kind of sort of out. But I'm personally encountering resistance, I feel, because it's teaching me when to continue going when something doesn't come easily to me. And it's teaching me to be more proactive. And these are going to be things that I need moving forward. And I know that I'm going to need them, just like I needed to find the power of my voice to move forward. And that's something that I'm continuously learning as well, and the balance of that. And so maybe with this 5 of Wands and this Chariot, if we're going back to the thing about OBS and just using the camera, it's like when we're in one space and we try to move, then we move like we're in a different space. And when we're in that different space and we try to move, it's like we're trying to move in that one space. And it is this sort of interesting dilemma that maybe we feel that we can never move or navigate in the correct direction. I really feel, though, that we're in a time, especially now, of learning things and closing things out before we come into this next cycle. And then we have the Sun of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This feels like an energy of teaching different aspects of ourselves to work together. This is an internal rebalancing that happens because of what we're trying to accomplish on the outside. It's almost like being able to see the value in things in a certain way now because we need these multiple things in order to get to where we're going. But we have to get them to work together in a way that is not like mutually destructive, basically. This really does feel like an internal 2 of Cups. Also feels like we're building our relationship with ourselves more fully. And as we do that, maybe it's changing the things that we go after or the way that we go after things. And then we have the woman holding a coin. Go get that coin, girl. No financial constraints here. Maybe this is related to the job sector. Maybe more and more people are either A, going to have the ability, or B, the desire to find work that is more fulfilling and more impactful, to find work that is more than just like, this is what I gotta do to pay the bills. And maybe if we're holding on to, because this patience card, it did talk about, like I was saying, that our abundance doesn't come from the 3D, it comes from above. And so if we're overly fixed on the one thing that we see as a solution, it limits us from everything else. And so now we're coming into this space where maybe this Five of Wands and this Chariot is about us getting our motivations in line and why we actually want to move forward in whatever way. So maybe instead of moving forward, like this job pays this much money and blah, 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 maybe it's less about the money and more about the type of work, more about the impact, more about the fulfillment in your work, to make it a little bit less of a drag, especially if you're going to be Knight of Pentacles doing it for a long time. Or any length of time, really. Woman holding a coin is number 42. She's a 6. 42. Fortitude. That's what we need moving forward. Knight of Pentacles, right? So there's no more fuss and there's no more things in my garden. Thought you see the nectarines. And I'm telling you the same I tell kings and queens. They'll never, ever, never mess around with my greens. Especially the beans. I'm sorry. Stephen Sondheim. Into the Woods, y'all. Get into it. I wish I had it because I really want to watch it. I only like watching the first act, though. After Act 1, I just turned it off. Honestly. Woman holding a coin, female connection in money, health, or value. And we did see the door to value. The elegantly dressed woman on this card sits on a beautiful chair, holding a bright gold coin. When the card comes up, when this card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may, what's a woman's reading? I'm sorry. When this card comes upright in a woman's reading, it may refer to her directly and to a successful endeavor regarding her own finances or health. This card could also signal a woman of support or assistance regarding these issues. She may give you financial advice or connect you with someone who does. This woman, who may be someone you meet where you make your money, this woman may be someone you meet where you make your money, or it may be a woman of wealth and value. Either way, this card is telling you to be on the lookout for helpful assistance or even the possibility of new love or friendship connected to a woman of wealth or business. The affirmation here is, the world supports me in my financial goals. I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me. So going back to that early for the interview, go here, go there type of thing. There's almost, what just popped into my mind, I'm going to have to blow my nose, y'all. What popped into my mind is, when all else fails, try it the way that Spirit said. You know what I mean? Or the direction that they're going in, and maybe we have to exhaust all of our other options before we're willing to yield and be receptive. 1 second, I'm gonna blow this. Oh, excuse me. All right, maybe we do have to try it, 5 different ways that don't work before we're open to the way that Spirit tells us that does work. But again, it does feel like there is this internal sort of union, I guess, that needs to happen between your light and the shadow. Basically, between the part of you that dreams and the part of you that's realistic. Basically, between the part of you that does stuff and the part of you that sabotages the stuff that you do. because that's chariot energy, right? You have the light horse and the dark horse. You have the Sphinx of silver and the Sphinx of gold, and you only get where you're trying to go when they're both on the same page. And I believe there's silver and gold in this deck. And when they're silver and gold, not necessarily. But when they are silver and gold, it reminds me of a Hierophant energy rather than black and white. It looks like, I don't know what this is, but on this crest, it reminds me of Saturn because it looks like a planet with rings around it. Hold up, where is it? Hold up. There it is. If I get in close, you see that? That little red thing? It reminds me of Saturn. And I said this was about Mars. There's a Mars retrograde energy here. Well, Mars squared Saturn right before it went retrograde. And Saturn was the first one that got that second exact square from Mars. And again, it was that Mars is like, or Saturn was like, okay, Mars, like, me and Jupiter are going to be going into Aquarius fairly soon. And it's up to you to, it's like Saturn and Jupiter are laying down the path, laying out the framework, but it's up to Mars to actually go that way. And Saturn is like the one planet that Mars listens to, right? When Mars is in the home of Saturn, aka Capricorn, it's exalted. And it's like Saturn is the one planet that can give Mars a purpose that is like just, right? Like if Jupiter talks to Mars and that becomes some kind of like tyrannical type of energy, like an empire that continues to expand and expand and expand. When Venus talks to Mars, then you get these like crimes of passion or whatever. When Mercury talks to Mars, girl, who knows what that is? Who knows? But when Saturn talks to Mars, Saturn is direct. It gives Mars an objective, a series of objectives, and once Mars completes those, then it knows that it's done and it gets to go home. Right? It's like that's the Six of Wands after the Five of Wands. But in any other case, almost, it's like that Five of Wands energy never ends. Capricorn also opposes Cancer, and this is a Cancerian energy. So it's the axis of house and home. Capricorn being the house, Cancer being the home. And then here's a Cancerian card right here. Oh, look. Oh, they're both Cancerian. This is Leo. This is Virgo. But right here it is about, it's almost about being led to the right places at the right times for this opportunity to happen, like I was saying over here. But here is like us waiting for that moment. Here is an opportunity to come into whatever this coin is, or to meet with someone, be coached or guided by someone who is knowledgeable in this field, in this area. Is that my little girl? No. Okay. Let's move on. Oops. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, speaking of the Hierophant, and speaking of the Hierophant, and he shall appear. When I was saying silver and gold, it gives me a Hierophant vibe. Well, there's the Hierophant. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Ooh. One second. I'll be back, y'all. All right, let's continue. Sorry about that. So, Seven of Swords and the Hierophant. What is this? Well, I've been talking about Hierophant lately. What? Ooh. Hierophant holds a key. One key. Usually it's two keys. The key of silver and the key of gold, the kings of the kingdom. But this time is one key. And there's this thunderbolt in the background, similar to this one, but different. Because so the thunderbolt in the Father of Wands goes from red to orange to yellow and through the rainbow. Here we see a little bit of the orange and most of the yellow. Now, birds eat snakes, some birds. And that's the energy of Apep and I don't think it's Horus. I can't remember. But Apep, the snake being a symbol of like chaos or something like that, and the bird being that which cleans it up. Early bird gets the worm. I guess the early bird gets the snake in this case. But with the Seven of Swords, it's almost like Hierophant energy has deviated from what it was originally intended to do in some way. Because this is an older key. This is an older key. And then we have this energy of the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. And here's the Two of Cups right here. So here's the tie, or another tie. So this is about getting that intimate relationship with spirit. This is about relying on something or someone else for that same information. But when we rely on something or someone else, we're almost like we're subjected to their whims, right? When you rely on someone else for your information, then you're relying on them to accurately give you whatever that information is. And in a way that is not going to basically mislead you so that you are doing whatever it is that they want you to do, which is liable and likely to happen. And then again, with this High Priestess and the Two of Cups, this is about us discovering divining on our own. And it's interesting because this High Priestess has a crystal ball, but she's not using it. She's not looking into it. Oh my gosh. She's not looking into it. Come through, majors. The Hierophant, the High Priestess. Let's see what's down here. Down here, we have the Daughter of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Here's the Son of Pentacles. Here's the Daughter of Pentacles. And then we have the Father of Wands. Ten of Pentacles, Daughter of Pentacles. So in this case, Hierophant stands for these more organizational systems and the what has come to be the way that people go about the attitude of money. Yes, we got there. And for what they pay you, for most of us, what we get paid, it's not a fair trade for what we put in. We're trading basically life for dollars, and the conversion rate for a lot of people is terrible. But when we stop playing into that, then that's when we're open to see things in a different way. I feel like this is about, because I feel like all of this is about, it feels very like 3D, very financial, very like worried about money or something like that. And when we're in the process of flow, when we found a way for our abundance to be established, maybe it served that time. But it feels like maybe we're being called in a different direction. And that's why we're starting with this fixed energy up here in the Five of Cups. And there is a way to get where we want to be, but we have to meet it there. And then up here, because these are the more conscious influences, top of the deck, these are the more like subconscious influences, bottom of the deck. Because it's like we're being guided actually in the way that we want to go, but we're not able to realize it because of our limited knowing. And whenever we buy into the system, maybe it's like we're being led counter to the system. And like maybe we were already in the position of like not necessarily falling in line with how people come about money and stuff like that. But I don't know if I locked my door again. Be right back. Just in case to limit interruption. Oh, I did not. So I feel like we're being led and guided in a different way right now. And there is this pressure of Hierophant energy to sort of sway us away from where it is that we're going to go. But in this brand new direction with the Daughter of Pentacles, like not only do we get this fulfillment with the Son of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, with the Daughter of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, there's also an abundance there for us. And then here's the Healer of the Ages, which is interesting because with contract. Healer of the Ages is number 51 and contract is a 6. We have 42, 51, and 6, and 16. So that's 3 6s and a 7. But the 7 comes first. So 6 is the Lovers, 52 is Temperance and the Magician. 16 is the Tower. 42 is Death and the High Priestess. So we go from the Tower energy to Death and the High Priestess. Death and the High Priestess almost being it means that this tower is happening for a good reason if we choose to be transformed by it. But with that High Priestess energy, we may not necessarily see that. And then we're coming into this Lover's energy with Temperance and the Magician. Now, the Lovers and Temperance is interesting because that's the nodal axis that we're on right now, South Node Sagittarius, North Node Gemini. But with the Magician energy tagged onto this Temperance, the Magician is Mercury. Mercury rules Gemini. So it's almost like it is this middle point. I'm going to go looking around the door to personal healing and happiness. Well, let's look at the bottom. Well, let's, if I remember, I'll do it. But let me read these. Again, contract has been coming out a lot lately. Oh, contract and Healer of the Ages. This is all of the things that we need to do before our contract is complete. And after our contract is complete, then bing bong. I don't know why I say bing bong. What is it? Bing bong. I don't remember. We get the Ten of Pentacles and the Daughter of Pentacles. This is a brand new cycle full of abundance after we fulfilled this contract. But if we keep going to these hierophant energies, it's going to lead us away from this. We have to trust in the high priestess, that is spirit talking to us directly, to complete that healing, break those cycles, fulfill these contracts, and then enter this new space. Love it. But we'll see. So, number 6, contracts. Contracts, contracts, contracts. Partnership and legal commitment. Partnership and legal commitment. This card shows a contract in the background, ready to be signed, indicating a committed connection of some sort. This union may be a business deal, the sale of a home, a new job, or even a commitment in marriage. Whatever the connection, this card is more than a casual agreement. It's usually something that requires a document that's binding, at least for the time being. The scales of justice also indicate that if a legal action is underway, it is likely to turn out in your favor. This card shines a light on potential new opportunities, so remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. Remain aware and receptive to what may be coming your way. We have patience here. We're talking about being receptive here. And then here's the message here. Receptive to this high priestess. Because to continue to follow the programming actually takes away from you more than it gives to you. When you follow the program, more or less, you rely on the program to pay you. You rely on the program for your abundance. But the program is not the source of abundance. It would have you believe that, though, because, it pays you for the work that you do. It determines what is valuable and what is not valuable. But it was very much so stacked in a certain way. In a way that takes from basically everyone. At the end of the day, also we're in Libra season right now for the next, few days, right? So the scales are in your favor, or maybe not. Then we have 51. Healer of the Ages, health and vitality. This card did say something about health too, didn't it? This powerful being brings, there we go. This powerful being brings the force of ancient wisdom and profound healing. The light of divine consciousness pours from his hands and heart, flowing to you with love and a powerful healing intention. Hey, there's that heart healing feeling I was feeling earlier. After the sign, I realized that screaming pain. Sorry. And we did have heartbreak, so, this amazing entity is with you now, bringing resolution to physical, mental, and emotional ills, helping to unlock stuck energy and revitalize your life force. That's that third chakra, the solar plexus. That's what I was talking about. I was like, I think that might be the void around the solar plexus. Oh, wait, I think I remember now. Because the center of the palm is solar plexus, but the outer palm, I think, is the void around the solar plexus. I don't know. The solar plexus or that void came up, and here is the revitalization of that life force. You may have felt this strong presence recently, or you may just be opening to the wonderful sensations now. You can call upon this emissary of miraculous transformation whenever you need vitality, balance, or renewal. Know that at the deepest level, an important healing is taking place. Affirmation here is, the powerful healing of eternal love is with me now and always. Divine consciousness fills every cell. I am whole, healthy, vital, and at peace. And that's where we started with that patience. So let's see what's at the bottom of all these decks. At the bottom of the Pride Tarot is the 5 of Pentacles, which can be financial hardship. There's that financial constraint, but it's also, it feels familial in some way. Or maybe there wasn't a balance between, right, I feel like it may be the case that maybe you had a good family dynamic, but maybe not the best financial situation, or you had a good financial situation, but maybe not the best family dynamic. It's just the feeling of being outside of a space that we should have been invited into. And then here's the house and the home energy, or that's where Cancer and Capricorn kind of sort of came in. Where did Capricorn come from? Saturn. Okay. I was like, what? Bottom of this card is, or of the bottom known is death. There's that transformation. And it's facing this Five of Pentacles energy. But if you were raised in a Five of Pentacles situation, it becomes all you know. That becomes your Hierophant energy because it's your standard for life. It's all that you know. But it doesn't benefit you. With the Seven of Swords, it takes from you more than it gives. Or what it pays out, it's like, you know, if you get a workplace injury and they only pay for your hospital bills, right? But you can't work for a certain amount of time. So it's like, thank you for paying, you know, my hospital bill. So I ain't got to worry about that. But, you know, I still need more money to cover the things that I can't cover while I'm out of work because I'm recovering. Right? It's like, or they do one without the other. Bottom of the energy oracle cards is the Sun. Hey. Five of Pentacles, death, and the Sun. Now let's go looking for the door to personal healing and happiness. Because I feel that's what's gonna be important. Financial constraints is between anxiety and the man holding a heart. There's the door of romance. The door, enter at your own peril, past the bolted door, wherein lies the greatest inventions that the world's never seen before. I don't know the words. It's Dexter's Laboratory. So we have Ariel in the garden and the gate around the door to personal healing and happiness with happy family and caring connections outside. Something that might have been lacking in the past, but we're coming into this transformation, right? And the Sun is coming out. This is the door to personal healing and happiness. Yes, so we have Ariel, which is the resolution of some sacral chakra intimacy issues and the garden and the gate. This feels like some anxiety, honestly. Well, no, my fingers are casting a shadow. Let's see if I hold it this way. There you go. Because I gotta like, well, oh yeah, I could do it this way. Well, then you can't. Here we go. There we go. There we go. It feels like we're being called outside of our comfort zone. And that Five of Wands is us partly answering the call, partly still hesitant. And I think, because again, the bottom of the deck is the more subconscious influence. So with the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, it's like the more you do this stuff, whatever you're being called to do right now that you never would have done before because of whatever this Hierophant energy instilled in you, but now it's the time for the High Priestess. It's time for the divine within you to be louder than the program outside, because the program outside, again, it takes from you in ways that it cannot give back. Right? Right? The jobs that no one else wants to do, some of the jobs that aren't necessarily, that don't provide the most financial stability, but someone has to do them. And with, you know, the amount of money that you get paid, with the amount of prestige, I guess, that your occupation holds, it's like we more or less put these dollar signs on people. If you do this, then you're worth that. And if you do that, then you're worth less. If you don't do anything, you're worthless. And that's not the case, because, you know, where does that leave? There are successful creative people But where does that leave people who have benefit to the world outside of what they do and get paid for, right? Because teachers are some of the most important people that we have, and they here in America don't get paid that great. Then they got to come out of pocket for supplies and all kinds of other stuff. And apparently, I just discovered that there's limits on what teachers can um, apply to their taxes, right? Because, like, first of all, they're not getting the funding to get the supplies that they need. And then they don't even get to write off all of the supplies that they have to buy out of their own pocket when they don't even really get paid that much to begin with. And because everyone's working, no one's really able to put time into their kids. And so now teachers basically have to be parents. And you get these parents, sometimes it's like, well, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? And it's like, it's not the teacher's job to parent your children. It's your job as their parent to parent your children. But some parents are working so many jobs, so many hours just trying to make ends meet. This hierophant system is not sustainable. We can't prioritize money over whatever. I feel like that's why this Five of Pentacles energy is here. Because unless you are at a certain sort of financial standing, or unless you have a certain position, a lot of times you have to choose between making money and time with family to make ends meet. And then it causes stress and disharmony in the household that leaves children there to just soak it all up. And then when they get older, they start to act out on some of the things that they saw and observed growing up, because that's what, they have, that's what was poured into them. But this feels like us again, like there's this new part of us and this old part of us. And this energy, I say it feels like anxiety because we have the garden and the gate and this sacral healing. And without that sacral healing, it feels like we're too afraid to leave the garden, because the garden provides stability. It provides familiarity. It may not even be stable. It may not be comfortable. It might not be that great, but the garden provides familiarity. And maybe what we need or want or desire lies outside the garden. But without this openness to intimacy, or to be even with yourself, it makes it hard to do these things. And I feel like that's the Five of Wands and this Chariot. It's like this war between the two different parts of you, the part that is self-preserving and the part that is bold and dreaming and explorative. But as you do this, it mends this relationship between the two, and it gets them on the same page with this Knight of Pentacles energy. And that's why you're continuously led further and further and further outside of your comfort zone. And it facilitates this contracted healing. In order for you to get where you need to be or where you want to be, there are some things that you're going to have to let go of. And you knew that. So you set something up. Storm warning at the cut. So we're going to get some final messages, and then we're going to end this thing. That was interesting. They say money is a frequency. Abundance is a vibrational state. And so whatever space you sort of occupy determines how easily it can flow to you. And when we are worried about finances and stressed about this and stressing about that and compromising ourselves in certain ways to make more money or whatever, it reduces opportunity and it stresses the free flow of that abundance. It's like, well, how are you at peace with your financial situation If you have a financial situation, like if you got financial constraints, how are you supposed to find peace in those financial constraints to be open to abundance? The magical, wonderful thing about 2020 is that it's probably teaching us to find peace with a lot of stuff when it's the most difficult. Peace is a state of mind. You know, you can hold it whenever and wherever. It's also a sort of point that we reach on our journey. Maybe some call it enlightenment, some call it, what's the word? I don't know. I don't remember the word. I don't remember the word. And the word ain't bird. I'm getting hungry. I want some Taco Bell. I want some Taco Bell. I got so many cans of black beans still back here. Because it's like every other time I go to the store, I get like 3 more cans of black beans. And I'm not really eating the ones that I got back here. Wish I made some rice earlier. I did get some more pierogies though. Okay. Oh, that was 3 of cups almost came out. Final message from the wild unknown, please. From the wild unknown, please. Any last words? Oh, that almost came out too. Come on, don't be shy. Come daydream with me. Closed lips and future proof. Cardboard to caviar. Let's show them how good we are. That is Imogen Heap on the album Sparks. It might be the listening chair. I don't think it's the listening chair. Let's look it up. Why not? Ooh, 10 of cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay. Works. It's nice. Yes. Yay. Work. Come on, girl. Work it, girl. Give it a twirl. Do your thing on the runway. Let's see. Well, first I gotta find this song. Is it Me the Machine? I think it's actually Me the Machine. I'm pretty sure it's Me the Machine and not the listening chair. Because the listening chair is the one where she's talking about things that she wanted to be when she grows up and stuff like that. Playing ping pong, talk to animals, hold my breath for a long time until the future. I just. So it's kind of like these are a few of my favorite things. I've never actually heard it or listened to it all the way through. Well, Christmas versions, yeah. It's kind of like that, but in the song, she's like, basically, these are the things that I like. These are the things that I entertain, I dream about, I fantasize about. And then here are some things that I actually like in my day-to-day life. And the more of these things that I can do in my day that I like, the better I sleep at night. She was talking about, so we'll go with the listening chair and then we'll go with Me the Machine. So the listening chair lyrics. Play ping pong, talk to animals, hold my breath for a long time until the future. I just something. And the more that I get of these things in my day, the better I sleep at night. The better I sleep at night. Composer, or maybe an astronaut. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Okay. We ain't gonna go. So, cat, blue piano are just some of the things I like. So, the more that I see of them in my day, the better I sleep at night. Mom, Dad, Giles, Lizzie, Juliet, Uncle James are just some of the people that I love. So, the more of all them I can get in my day, the better I'll sleep at night. I can moonwalk, build castles, play ping pong, talk to animals, hold my breath for a really long time until the future are just 6 of the things I can do And the more I can fit of these things in my day, the better I sleep at night. Ah, the better I sleep at night. Composer or maybe an astronaut. This is what I'm going to be when I grow up. I know because I sing out all throughout the day. I know because I sing all through the day. I fly through space by night. The teasing, the fighting, the hospitals, I don't want to go anymore. I put a brave face on, battle through the day, but I might cry myself to sleep. Uh, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so there are these things in her day that she likes that helps her sleep better at night. And then there are these things that she doesn't like to do that, will have her crying herself to sleep. But that's the listening chair. Um, Me the Machine is the one that actually came to my mind. Me the Machine. Lyrics. Hold up, wait. Maybe not. No, it's not this one either. Okay, let's see if there's anything in here though. Let's see. Me the Machine Can Dream. To me, that is breaking that Hierophant energy to come into the wonderful High Priestess energy, where we actually get all the things that Hierophant doesn't give us. And Hierophant doesn't give us those things because the system kind of sort of falls apart, right? If you ever got exactly what it is that you wanted out of this thing, then you would stop participating in it once you got what you wanted. It keeps you baited on the hook. Planned obsolescence, new iPhone every year, things designed to break down, medicines that give you side effects to keep you buying more medicine, etc. Keeps the system working. This isn't it. Okay, I'm gonna have to go to iTunes. I wonder if it'll pop up. Hey Siri, play Sparks by Imogen Heap.
I didn't find Sparks by Imogen Heap on Apple Music.
It's in my library. What you mean? Hey Siri, shuffle Sparks.
I didn't find Sparks on Apple Music.
It's in my library. Oh my gosh. I'm not getting Apple Music. It's not gonna happen. All of a sudden, you can't just play the music that I got. Okay, so I guess that's my answer. The better sleep at night. Composer or maybe. Oh, I tried it. I almost tried it. This is when I'm gonna be when I grow. You know where to find me. No. Entanglement. Maybe? No, it's not entanglement. Here's the listening chair if you're curious.
Piano, are just some of the things I like. So the more that I see of them in my day, the better I sleep at night. Mom, Dad, Missy, Juliet, Uncle Jay are just some of the people I love.
That's listening chair. Cycle song, no. Telemiscommunication, no. I love Lifeline. Neglected space. It might be neglected space. Let's see. Yeah, it's neglected space. That's what it is. Okay. I would not have remembered that. I don't even know the title of that song because I never look it up. It's neglected space. Oh, talking about neglected space in that Five of Pentacles. Well, let's see. Shall we? Also talking about this hierophant system that basically keeps families from being family units because everyone is working all the time and no one's got time for their kids. Sorry. So here we go. This is a lyric run through. Why am I doing this? Because I feel so lit. And sometimes it does something, right? Hello, I watch you come and go. I know you can hear my voice. Don't walk away. Come daydream with me. In closed loops and future proof, cardboard to caviar. Let's show them how good we are. If you look after me, I'll look after you. Sonar, night vision, or desperate lovers, seeking privacy for their forbidden. I am their defenseless host. Through my open wounds, they let themselves in. Sheltered, they mock me. If you stand up for me, I'll stand up for you. I'm weather beaten in a losing battle, punctured by nature, becoming organic. The air in here ages me ungracefully. But if you take care of me, I'll take care of you. Oh, my crumbling heart, if you'll be good to me, I'll be good to you. I'm amidst. I could be the best decision you ever made, a beacon, your peaceful corner. Find me, cherish me, take me on or pull me down. You choose. Oh, safe in the ache of soul decay, 'cause I will remember you. Will you remember me? Bespoke to broken, this interwoven tapestry of tragedy, crooked frames and cracked glazing, slithers of wistful window gazes glint in borrowed light, where doorways with no door stage a ballet of leaves, who pirouette in the footsteps of once glorious days. By peeling paint, I'm a sunken ceiling. I'm cracking up and can seem threatening. I'm falling apart. I'm scary at night. Take dark, forbidden. Keep out, keep out. No, 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 go forth. A has been, a once was, the leftovers, an eyesore, bleeding, oxidizing, a few remaining unloved, emotionally damaged, a waste of space, a nuisance. I haven't had time to become unwanted. What's gone? I'm losing it. This is not what I stand for. This is not what I stand for. This is not what I stand for. It was a perfectly good grand piano, and there's the piano from the listening chair that she likes. Stop in the name of love. I've got just what you're looking for. I've got tree lined interiors where we can dine with the biosphere. If you'll take care of me, I'll take care of you. If you be good to me, I'll be good to you. I'm a story in mourning, and you're the author, so pour out your masterpiece. Entropy increasing. How long before I'm dust? Can we discuss? I love that song. It's so like I guess I'll play it a little bit. It's so like it has a creepy type of, and then Minds Without Fear is the song after Neglected Space before Me the Machine. So let's go. I'm not gonna play the whole thing, obviously.
Hello. I watch you come and go. I know you can hear my voice. Don't walk away. Come daydream with me in closed loops and future proof. Cardboard to caviar. Let's show them how good we are.
Yup, Neglected Space, Imogen Heat, Sparks. Anyway, I don't know why that popped into my mind. But it's she's there's that line like I'm becoming organic. And I said that the other day, the truth is kind of organic. Some truths are organic because truth is relative to the space that we're in. And when you're in a bad space, bad things are true. When you're in a good space, good things are true. And it's not that these things aren't always true, but they're more true in some spaces than other spaces, right? Let's say a 5D truth isn't necessarily a 3D truth, and a 3D truth isn't necessarily a 5 because it's dependent on the spaces, right? Let's say that you say that a bowling ball falls faster than a feather, and that's true here on Earth, but maybe there are spaces where that isn't true because there's no wind or there are no external factors outside of girl, I don't remember physics, but there aren't these because I think if you go to the moon and you drop them, they hit the ground at the same time. But there are other forces on Earth that make one accelerate faster than the other. So organic truth is when we sort of replace one relative truth with another relative truth that serves, well, sometimes it serves, sometimes it doesn't. Or when we replace a relative truth with a more absolute truth. The cards that came out, the Father of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Daughter of Swords, King of Pentacles, Empress, Page of Swords, energy. Interesting with the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So we saw the Sun and the Daughter of Pentacles. Here's the King of Pentacles with the Empress and the Page of Swords. The top of the deck is the Ten of Cups. What's that one song? If you'll be good to me, I'll be good to you. It just popped into my mind from Neglected Space. If you look after me, I'll look after you. But honestly, in Neglected Space, it feels more like that shadow side, like that anxiety. And it honestly feels like sometimes shadow side causes us problems. Call me weird, because it doesn't want to be forgotten or neglected or left behind. It's parts of you that felt neglected and left behind and forgotten by everyone else outside of you, but then you turn around and you push that same neglect onto it, and then it causes this internal sort of strife within you. These things about yourself that are you, that you wish that weren't, and you treat them as if they aren't, and you do maybe psychologically damaging things to them, which is done to you. And then here's the Eight of Wands, completely separate from all of this. There's that lightning bolt that we saw with the King. Oh, well. Devil energy, bottom of the deck is the Mother of Cups. It makes you easier prey for devil energy when you keep these things out in the dark, separate from everything else. And it's like it leaves this open door for devil energy to get to you. Because as long as you continue to hate this about you, or to not allow yourself to be this or that or whatever, as long as it's on the inside, it's always prey to things that lie on the outside. It's an open door that could see this beautiful Ten of Cups between this Empress and this King of Pentacles. I said, what's up with the Emperor? So maybe this King of Pentacles is like, oh, I'm solid, but that Empress is an Empress and I'm a king. The Empress needs an Emperor. And without this integration over here, you won't become that Emperor. And so here's the open door for this energy to step in, get inside your head, and then cause you to sabotage something that otherwise is for you. That's why that Chariot and the Five of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups at the bottom, again, I feel like that's what the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups is about. Because as you continue to move forward and integrate these things within you and see them both as valuable in whatever way you can see them as valuable, in whatever way you can resolve them, you're given this opportunity to resolve them within you, so that one doesn't sabotage the other. Because with the Chariot, it's only when they work together in harmony and unison that we truly get any movement done. Right. So that was a bit much for a final message. Let's see. Oh, well, there we go. We'll just take that. Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the World card. New cycles, new beginnings, new endings as well. Oh, this is a lot. Okay, this ain't gonna be the final message. Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit, two Virgo energies, Justice, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Cups. So, we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. This is a space of a lot of internal work that has been going on. We're bringing light to areas of shadow within us, and we are encouraging this balance between our light and our shadow, where we can see both of them as necessary in moderation. I've been watching a lot of Sanders sides lately, And very high key, this energy. Love it. And then we have the Nine of Cups and the Four of Cups. The Nine of Cups is when we get presented something that we would have rejected at the Four of Cups because of whatever emotional state that we're in. But now, because of that healing and stuff, we're in a position to accept it. And when we accept it, it takes us to the Ten of Cups. And we've seen the Ten of Cups, right? Literally, just saw the Ten of Cups. Ooh! So here's the Seven of Pentacles, the thing that we've been growing towards, right? And cultivating within ourselves. The Lovers, strength, and the world. This is making those self-honoring choices. And this is having the courage to come into new cycles, even if old Hierophant energy, Five of Pentacles energy, would have us not sort of go this far, because that transformation has happened that allows us to close those cycles and to start brand new ones. But if we don't close them, it continues to be something outside of our reach when literally it's at your door asking to be let in. But you don't see it that way because, you know, there's a piece of you maybe floating out there somewhere outside that you can't fully accept yet for whatever reason. Can I get like 2 cards at the most, please, for this final message? Oh, that was like 7 cards. That is not 2 cards. I asked for 2, please. I will move on to another deck if I need to. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Oh, thank you. That feels like an appropriate number. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. Tasks that are so monumentous that they cannot be done alone unless you are a Capricorn, because goats can scale mountains. But even Capricorns need help sometimes too. Oh, look. The Father of Wands again. This time with the Son of Wands. If you are not to become that which has preceded you, if you don't want to follow in your father's or whatever this masculine energy's footsteps are, I feel like it's not that great, honestly. It's going to require work. It's going to require these things from the outside. It's going to require you to instill things in you that were not instilled in you. Because without the addition of more things, you don't have anything else but what was put in you. And that's how we become what we don't want to be. Because we never take the time to really address what happened, to work through it and heal it, and then to look at, and that's why at the very beginning of this, I said it's so important for us to look at the ways in which we impact and affect other people. Because if we never look at how we impact and affect other people, we're basically this energy. We are our fathers. Even when we don't want to be, and we don't even realize it. Because we don't stop to look at our own actions. We don't stop to see how we've already become something that we don't want to be. And maybe that's what makes it even harder for us to look at our actions. But again, you're not going to be able to solve it or correct it or to do anything with it if you continue to ignore it. And you don't have to be this. But you don't have to do it alone either. Because where there's a Three of Pentacles, there's also someone to work with you. And maybe that's what all this patience and the woman holding a coin and the Empress that came out for the Father of Pentacles or whatever, maybe that's what that is. It doesn't necessarily have to be someone romantic, but it is someone who has the capacity to nurture and to care. But again, you have to be willing to accept your own behavior and what you do to other people. If you never look at yourself, your healing will always be incomplete. And as justified as you feel against whoever did whatever to you, when you do something to someone else, are they not as justified as they feel about you? Messed up part is a lot of times people don't even care. King of Cups and the Nine of Wands. So, Pride Tarot, what do you have to give us? 10 of Wands and the King of Cups. Ooh. King of Cups went from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands, which isn't necessarily bad, though. 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. One more. The Hermit and the 8 of Cups. when you move on, but the pain is still there inside you because you never really address it. And it's okay to hurt. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad. It's not okay. I don't want to say it's not okay, but we shouldn't stay there forever, right? But if we don't address it, again, it puts us in the space of repeating it. 3 of Swords. Oof. In Judgment. We don't have to die to live, is the message of the Judgment card in this deck. 3 of Swords. Honestly, it's giving me the energy of a baby who screams as they're born, they cry, right? To let you know that they're alive. To experience pain is to be human. To experience disappointment and setback is to live life. But we don't have to be fixated on any of that. And we have to choose to release ourselves from that. With Judgment at the bottom of the deck, we have to release ourselves from that pain. It's no one else's responsibility to fix the ways that they hurt us, unfortunately. But it has to be something that you're wanting to do in your own life. And if you're not wanting to do it, really, if you're not willing to do it, and if you're not willing to do what it takes to get it done, then it almost doesn't matter who comes into your life, what opportunities you have, or what kind of substitution to that actual healing you seek, because the root cause, the main issue is still there. I thought a card flipped over. I thought a card flipped over, but I guess not. I guess not. There it is. Oh, well, it's the man holding a heart. Good to see you again, my fine gentlemen. Bottom of the deck is community. There we go. Man holding a heart and community. I feel like man holding a heart, because we talked about the Father of Wands and the King of Wands and that masculine energy. And we all have masculine energy within us, and we all have experiences with masculine energy within us as well, right? You could have an amazing father and an amazing home life, but maybe you carry around these feelings of like nothing you ever did was really good enough, like he was never really proud of you, or like, you know, he wanted you to do or be something so bad that maybe you did it, but maybe it doesn't align with you, right? You don't have to have any of those issues, right? This could be a masculine energy with issues. I mean, we all got issues, right? Masculine energy is also, it's the thinking and the doing. Feminine energy is the desire and the emotion, right? So it could be related to things that you've done that you're not proud of as well, or something with your own actions. But what's at the top of the deck? Because this card keeps wanting to slide off. Angel of Strength. I want to read that one. What number is she? Like 49 or something? She might be 50. Either 48, 49, or 50. Let's see. Plastic. I'm on some Tico Bell. What am I doing? Tico Bell. Still ain't won an Xbox, if anyone is curious. Ain't won an Xbox yet. I kind of sort of feel like the divine ain't just gonna give me stuff. I'm like, no, Patrick. The things that you're manifesting, Patrick, you're gonna have to work for. It's fine, because, you know, that's what I'm learning right now. Angel of Strength is number 50, which is a temperance energy. This is personal power and inner strength. This amazing angel brings the news that this is a time of increasing power for you. It's not the time to be passive or submissive, but to speak your truth and take action on your own behalf. You are capable of taking greater control and directing your own destiny, for those 2 chariot cards we saw. For the power that comes from within reaches out to the universe and beyond. That is the chariot with the three of wands, which was related to the first chariot that we saw. Inner strength and unlimited resourcefulness flow through you at this time, helping you to create real results. Call upon this wonderful angel and on your own inner resourcefulness to bring you the focus and resolve to do what's necessary in order to make your dreams a reality. Affirmation here is deep within me is an abiding strength that knows no bounds. I have all the power I need to achieve all that I want. That is gorgeous energy. We correct from the past by moving forward in the future. You can't get out from something what has not been instilled and put into it. Some things we have to go on our own journey to find and integrate and incorporate into our being. And spirit will provide us with those opportunities, but we have to be the ones to take it. And again, if you don't put anything in you that wasn't instilled in you, then how do you expect to become anyone but your father or your mother if you never do anything different? Right? If you never do any different. So that's why I'm going to end this. I feel like I wanted to say something else, but don't know what it was. So I'm just going to, after I get my fingers out of this thing. Baby. There we go. Oh, well, I'll pull one of these. Why not? Universe has your back cards. I looked at these earlier. Almost pulled them out, but I didn't. So maybe it's fitting that we end with these. All right, universe. All right, spirits. How do you want to encourage us today? How do you want to do it today? There we go. So this card says, obstacles are detours in the right direction. Bottom of the deck says, my faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Your faith has the power to do all that. Your faith has the power to bring you the opportunities to do all of that, but you have to do it yourself. This is where you begin to pour into you the things that will have you move forward and the things that will make you better. Right? We're supposed to improve from generation to generation, but we only have what the previous generation poured into us. So in every generation, it's your job to do something to further you for those who come after you. And again, obstacles are detours in the right direction. Up here. Sometimes we come back to things, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we step away for a little bit and we do a little bit more growing and evolving, and then we learn how to shade, we get more colors, we learn these different techniques, and then we go back to the canvas, and our art is better for the learning and the growth that we've gone through, guarding in the gate with second chakra Archangel Ariel. But you can't be afraid to get out there and to really interact with the world in a deep, impactful, and meaningful way. Archangel Ariel heals those intimacy issues. So if you got intimacy issues, the ability to heal it is at your fingertips if you so choose. I'm giving like spirit fingers. You can't really see them, but that's fine. All right, I'll catch y'all later. I hope you have a good whatever whenever you see this, and I hope you're acting in alignment to make the best possible case your reality. Catch y'all later.